All right, it's Tuesday afternoon. What is it, March 10th? We are flying by. Spring has sprung. Dave Van Auken, L. Dawson, welcome to the Fight Now Show. L, how are you, friend?
I'm good. I finally feel like I have some color back. The sun is back in Florida. I'm
Me too. We had a lot of baseball this weekend. I was out there.
You look like you've seen some sun for sure.
Yeah. Felt good. It was a baseball weekend at the Van Auken House. Opening day was on Saturday with all the kids. And then Monday night, dude, we're undefeated right now, L. Dawson. We are rolling some baseball. But guys, no dentist talk today. All right. Not a lot of baseball talk today. We are here. We have a new BMF, right? We have Savage Week. And if those wasn't enough, we finally have the UFC White House card. And Elle and I can't wait to talk about it. We cannot wait to talk about it. I think some of my feelings are out there already. Yeah. All right. So I guess let's start there. I love starting with G, and G won't be on the show. She's literally flying to Vegas. We'll maybe talk about that later. We do have a new BMF. I thought Kyle, by the way, looked phenomenal in the co-main event. So we have a lot of stuff. We also have two massive guests coming on live at the show. Let's say it off the rip. Francis Marshall, 1:15 Eastern, and then 2 p.m. just off of a knockout win. Just a lightweight legend, like just a mainstay in the lightweight division for 10 years. Drew Dober's coming on at 2. So it's going to be a fun show. But let's just start with this White House. Let's start with it. There's been some stories out there, some rumors, and innuendos.
This is crazy because this actually did happen. So John, you posted this, and I already knew about this fight being offered when you posted this. So John Dong said early last week, I asked how Kyle Dawkins versus Bo Nickel would go, and he did. In the comment section, I think I threw it up and tried to keep a straight face because I was like, how does John know about this fight offer? Because I knew, but it hadn't been nothing. I didn't even know if it was booked yet. Like, I think it had just been offered at that point. And so, yeah, John called this. So
let's go, John.
John Dong.
Let's go. I will say this, and I think I'm allowed to say this now. Maybe I shouldn't, and because some people are upset with me because I have so many friends in group chats. There's probably 20 different. There's a guy group chat. There's a me and you. There's a me, you, and G. There's a me, you, and Grant. There's so many different group chats. Blah blah blah. You were my first call. Let's just say maybe 30 minutes before the UFC announced it, I called Miss L. Dawson and go, hey, I might know the main and co. I might know it. So
and who freaking called it?
You nailed the main. Did you call
the co?
Oh, the co. Okay. Yeah. So it was fun. I texted some people there afterwards. They're like, how did you know? Let's just say I know a couple birdies. I go know a couple birdies. But all right, let's talk about it. John, shout out to you for nailing that. We got the card. It's 6 fights. There's when it happened, what was your first reaction? Let's start with that.
So, okay. I'm going to preface this by saying since it's had some time to sit, I don't feel as strongly about it as I did initially. I have to say, when it first got announced, the issue is that they oversold and underdelivered. It's not that this is a bad card. Right. Like someone who cares said, we're going to spend the whole stream talking about how underwhelming it is. It's only underwhelming because they told us that this was going to be the card of the century and there were going to be 6 title fights and something outrageous. So like, I feel like it actually is a pretty solid card. I'm not in love with the main event, but we all knew that this main event had to be somewhere. And if we're going to have this main event and if Gaethje's going to fight Ilya, we may as well do it on the White House card because Ilya is a superstar and Gaethje is an all-American guy. So it just got a little oversold. I'm honestly okay now. I actually really like the Pereira-Gon fight. I think that's a great fight. It's just alone the opportunity for Alex Pereira to become a 3-division world champion. That alone is enough to draw my interest. But Gon is an athletic, massive, high-level kickboxer. Like, this is actually more intriguing to me as a fight. It's not as big of a fight, but as a fight, this is a more intriguing stylistic matchup than Jones versus Pereira.
Yeah.
Because there's no wrestling involved here.
Yeah.
So someone who cares says it's the same issue as UFC 300. It's a good card. It just got oversold. And
I have a comment for that, El, and I don't want to interrupt you, and I'm sorry. My point on that, on the 300 is 300, the thing of the card, one thing was amazing. Maybe the main event was a little low, and it was, but also they did have it was Holloway and Gaethje, like a dream fight was on it. Armand and Charles, how good is that fight looking back now even, right? There was 300 to me was incredible. The prelims, they started the night with world champion, world champion, world champion. It was amazing. Guys, this only has 6 fights. And I'm not trying. Hey, and Bo's been on the show, and I know you're friendly with Bo. I saw Grant and Bo on the same show yesterday. I'm not good. This is not a negative towards Bo. Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins could be on any card in the world. It could be honestly a prelim of any card in the world. It's on the main card of, you're saying, the biggest show on our MMA planet. It just doesn't belong there. Amen Zahabi is the featured fight.
That is the weirdest matchup of all time. So at least the matchup of Bo and Kyle Dawkins makes sense in the division. And Bo is a star. So, like, I think they wanted Bo on the card. And I think they wanted Bo against a guy like Colby Covington. And I think Colby Covington wouldn't play ball just like Connor and Jones wouldn't play ball. That's my assumption. And Kyle Dawkins is a company man who will take tough fights. So that's why I think this fight happened instead of a bigger name versus Bo. 100% someone who cares said this should be O'Malley versus Sandhagen. 100%. The UFC completely missed the boat on this. Amen Zahabi is coming off I like Amen. He's 38 years old, and he's coming off of a split decision win over Chito Vera, who's ranked like 10th right now. So it just, how is that guy fighting the guy that should probably be fighting Petr Yan next?
You know why? They did it so Sugar Sean O'Malley could get a knockout win. Like, that's why they did it. Like, that's why it's on there. And to me, you can do that in February. Like, you can do that on a prelim to kind of build fighters. You can see all the time. I'm not trying to, and we'll talk with Francis a couple minutes ago, a couple minutes coming up. Marshall had a good matchup. And I think Francis is someone, good-looking kid, can communicate on, probably had some bad luck. I bet you the UFC's like, man, dude, Francis deserves a couple wins here. He had some really bad split decision losses that probably should have went his way. That's kind of, I don't want to say feed him, but let's give him one. And you do that on a undercard of a show in February. You don't do that as the featured fight of the White House. You just don't. Like, I want to see, like you said, Poatan and Gane is great. 55-45. Who knows? All 6 fights should be like that. And
they've screwed themselves, because what if O'Malley doesn't knock out Amen Zahabi?
Oh, God.
How bad would that look?
It would look bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a risk. Amen Zahabi is a dog. He makes fights dirty, and he does well against guys who are more technical than him. Like, this matchup is a lose-lose situation for the UFC, in my opinion.
So if Sugar gets a highlight knockout, they win, because that's what they want.
Do they though? Because it's a highlight knockout win over the number 9 guy instead of
if Sugar Sean wins, he's fighting Petr Yan for the championship next.
He could have fought Petr Yan for the championship next regardless. And you have a new champ, Corey This is what should have happened. Corey Sandhagen just lost to Merab, but he lost to Merab, not Petr Yan.
Right.
So why could we not have done O'Malley Sandhagen? Banger of a fight, absolute war, still an opportunity for O'Malley to get a knockout that means way more, or to just have a good dominant performance. And then you have a great matchup for a next title shot either way. Yeah. I am disappointed that we didn't get that fight.
The prelim fight, and dude, I know they love Diego Lopez. Like, it is so obvious. When you have a crush on a girl in middle school, it's super obvious.
That's
the UFC, huh?
That's a great fight, though. Okay, like
no, it's a great fight, but like Diego Lopez has lost 2 out of his last 3 fights, and he's fighting on the White House card. And I know it's against Volk. It's like they're giving Diego like every shot, and it's a good fight. But like that, I'm even not crazy happy about. And
that's gonna be a banger, Dave.
Michael Chandler versus. You say it's a. I like the fight. I like the fight, but when you tell me when the UFC, Dana White goes, and he came out and said, I'm going to make this the greatest card ever.
No,
like
that's
this.
fair.
So when I say this, and then I'm just asking you an honest question. And dude, I like Steve Garcia. He's been on the show. We just collabed with him Saturday night in his biggest peak of the moment. We are cool with Steve Garcia. When they made this card on when they said, hey, we're going to the White House, Donald Trump is bringing the UFC. It's going to be on the lawn. We're going to have all this stuff. Did Lopez versus Garcia cross your mind? Like,
no, but because they oversold it. So let me ask you this.
Sure.
The reason why this is only 6 fights is because there's no gate, right? Nobody can get into the White House. It's going to be streamed on the big screen at the Lincoln Memorial, all that jazz, right? So they have no opportunity to make money on a gate.
And that's why Connor's not on the card, by the way.
100%. Or Jones, or probably Colby.
No.
Like, all
the
these
Jones
guys,
thing's different. I got a story for that. But keep going.
Anyway, okay. So the issue is they can't have more than 6 fights because they're probably going to take several dozen $1 million in losses on this card. So if you can only have 6 fights, yes, they should have loaded it like they originally planned, but you go back to they can't afford to load it because there's no gate. And so it kind of, I feel like they put themselves in a bit of a pickle. But look at going back to UFC 300. If we had seen Diego Lopez in his current state, obviously at that time it wouldn't have made sense, but in his current state, fighting Steve Garcia on the prelims of UFC 300, we would have been very happy with that. That's a great prelim fight for an amazing card.
Yeah.
You have to treat the first 3 fights on this card as the prelims and the last 3 fights on this main card as the main card. You have to, because it's a 6-fight card.
So so 2 big disagreements. And L, you know I love you. I love you, L Dawson. You know that. But big disagreement on that.
Right before he's about to be mean to me. You know I love you, but
the 2 things. One, I think the exact opposite of the prelim main card. To me, it's a 6-fight main card. That's how I'm taking this. It's like, hey guys, we only have 6. They're all supposed to be these ginormous fights. There's no prelims on this card. We're going 6 fights. They might even add a 7th. There's rumors about it. Anyways, to me, you're not going 3 and 3. It's one major card. And they're also talked about that the first couple could be on CBS, the main card, and then it's going to go to Paramount Plus, and they want people to buy it and see how amazing this looks. First hours on CBS. So with that being said, shouldn't those fights, and no offense to Lopez and Garcia, I know it's a great fight, but shouldn't those first 2 fights be iconic championship names or even great fight opportunities? Like,
they can't afford to do 6.
Okay, so then that's my second thing. I'm happy you said this, L.
That's the problem.
Someone as a dad, and I know one day you'll be an amazing mom, and you and Grant live in Florida and all this. Well, I know once a year, once every 2 years or whatever, and this is the analogy I will use, we go to Disney World as a family. It costs so much money. You know how much it is to park, tickets, and the rides. I know I'm getting cotton candy and popcorn and a toy for each kid. You know how expensive it is? We're going to lose money. It doesn't matter. The family's going to Disney World. We're going to make memories forever. My wife's going to be happy. The kids are going to be happy. It doesn't matter. The UFC just signed an $8 billion deal. I don't care if you lose $100 million. This is the one opportunity. L, this is the only time my aunt might ever watch the UFC. Lose $100 million on this card. I want Jones. I want every fighter. You can lose money. It's okay. McDonald's sometimes says, hey, on certain days, we're going to do fries 50% off. We're going to lose money because I know you're going to eat the fry. You're going to love it. And you're coming back next week.
McDonald's has never done that. You need to use
the app. On the app, it's 20% off on Fridays.
Anyways, rotisserie chicken is the example. They lose money.
Like, it's okay to lose money. Like, yeah, there you go. It's like, I just don't you've got all this equity and all this money. And this is the opportunity, and you don't have this often. I'm telling you, there's certain times in life you have opportunities to go above and beyond. This was the UFC's opportunity to do one of the greatest cards in the history, lose money, it doesn't matter, and keep it rolling. So I don't know. I disagree. I disagree with that one. But you know who I don't disagree with often? What a transition. What a transition. How about the 9-3? Dude, was his birthday yesterday? I got to ask him this. I'm pretty sure he's now 27. I think he was just 26. I'm trying to push 3 buttons at once. It's not working, so I'm just gonna put them on the screen.
know.
I know. The Francis Marshall. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
Hey.
Dude, was yesterday your birthday?
It was, yeah, 27.
Dude, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Do you want to turn yourself sideways so your face is a little bigger? Oh, there we go.
You want me to unlock it?
Yeah, maybe that part. So you're not there. We go.
Better?
We love seeing Francis's face, dude. What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's up?
Coming off of a great victory, a stoppage win. Let's just kind of start there. How's life been? How's life been over the last 10 days, 12 days since getting your hand raised in the octagon?
It's been a lot better because the W column is way nicer than being in the L column. It's been a while too, since almost like a year and like 6 months, year and 5 months maybe since I won a fight. So it's like it's tough when it goes that long.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And like I feel like this was just the perfect matchup for you to get back in there. The takedown looked so easy. I know Grant and I both thought knockout was going to be the case, but how can you say no to a takedown that easy?
Yeah, I wanted to stay on the feet more and strike a little bit more, but it was just unorthodox, kind of unnecessary risk to really try to stay on the feet. I feel like it was very kind of different style than I'm used to, not real traditional, throwing some crazy stuff out there. So safe bet, just get the takedown and work for the finish there.
It seemed like you ate that first spinning wheel
I was
kick.
gonna say, what was that off the rip?
Yeah, it didn't hurt, but like threw me kind of not off a little bit, but like I wasn't expecting it. It definitely caught me by surprise. Like I was almost on the other end of a highlight reel, Sports Center top 10 that would have been.
Yeah. That's you never want to be on ESPN that way, never want to be on ESPN. And hey, much respect to our guy Impa Kasanganai, but like his getting knocked out by Buckley will forever. Our kids' that will be on the UFC highlight reel,
Yeah, spectacular knockout of all time.
I got a question about, hey, South Florida, training down there at AT&T, but to fight in Mexico City, to me, it feels a little bit of a risk. Did you feel that way when you got the name and the date? And did you get that location off the rip? Or you're like, hey, I'm coming off of an L and a split decision, bad L and stuff like that. You got to fight when you can fight. Or did you see fighting in Mexico City as a risk?
No, I wouldn't say as a risk. It doesn't matter to me where I fight. I can fight anywhere in the world. I think the elevation wasn't that big of an issue. Just had to go out there a little bit earlier. It's just with the guys I train with, I don't think I'm going to get any of that level inside the octagon for at least a couple more fights. So anything to me it's, hey, fight when you can, when you're ready, when you can fight, when you get the offer, take it. And that's it.
We have to throw Dave under the bus because he called AT&T.
I was going to let it slide.
It's got great service there. I've been there a couple of times. It's got great service. So I just, it's one half tomato, half tomato.
AT&T then because the service is terrible.
Whoa, I got AT&T.
No, in the gym.
No,
I know, dude. How many videos I've recorded there and tried to upload.
Keeps you focused on training.
Yes. Yeah. You gotta stay on top of it. Apparently, Grant gave you some flowers on Show Me the Money. Said you were subbing everybody this camp. I know Grant said you got him a couple times.
No, I only got him once. And it was like the first time I subbed him in like probably over a year. And then maybe I got like one more, but I never get submissions in practice. Like I never get finishes. I'm like, anytime I take someone down or if I get on them, it's just, I'm so worried about holding them there because everyone's just up and out so quick. It's like so challenging. Like grappling in the room, way harder than grappling my last 3 fights.
Did you feel like when you got this guy down, you were like, oh, I can open up, like there's no way he's getting up?
A little, like I felt like I had good position, good head like under the underhook and had the other one under his head across the face and had good pressure there and was like not really moving. Then he kind of gave up his back in a weird way without like kind of turned in almost and gave up his back instead of like going away and fighting hands. He kind of just like left his hands on the mat and gave up his neck. And it was kind of just slid right in. It was like perfect timing, perfect placement, which never happens to me in practice. So it's just for that to come in and happen, it just feels great.
France, I coach my kids a lot in all sports, but right now we're in baseball season. And when we have a good practice, we just had a great game yesterday. I leave the field. I put on Tom Petty Free Falling. I have the best feeling. Like I drive home with the best feelings in the world. when you sub Grant in practice for the first time over a year, do you put on like your favorite song? Are you driving home, walking home, jog home? Are you like, I did it? Is it like an amazing, different feeling?
Not really. No, it's kind of just like another day. I got a lot to catch up to. He's got me way more than I've got him, so I'm still down in the scorecard by a bunch. It's just trying to fight my way back in there.
Okay. That Grant guy's pretty good. He's pretty good. We like him.
He's not bad, decent, good guy.
Good job, yeah. He's okay looking.
Yeah.
I wasn't going there with it, but I was talking MMA skills. But all right, two more kind of topical stuff in MMA. One, Francis, stick with the main event. Oliveira and Max. First of all, what'd you think of the fight? And a lot of people are going hey, that was for the BMF championship, and Charles was very skillful and very technical, but not very BMF-ish. What do you think of that, for sake?
Yeah, probably not as an exciting of a fight as people wanted to see.
Sure.
But I mean, at the end of the day, his job's to fight and win by whatever works for him. Had he taken him down and, did a lot more ground and pound or ended up finishing him in like the first or second round, I'm sure everyone would have been totally the other way, like applauding him, cheering him on so much more. But took him down, controlled him. Like you haven't seen that done to Max in like ever. I feel like never. No one just like takes him down early in the round and just rides him for the whole 5 minutes. It was pretty as dominant as you could get. So I get it from like the BMF aspect where you want to just be like a stand-up fight and like unwritten rule, but at the end of the day, Charles' job is to go in there and win, and that's what he did.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second one, of course, is the UFC White House show, Freedom Fight, UFC 250. Man, I've never seen so much backlash since them. And also, too, they announced Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje and Gon and Poatan, like two pretty big fights.
Yeah.
And I agree with the backlash in a way, too. It's like, it's 6 fights, not a lot of star power underneath those big top two. It came off flat. It really did come off flat. No Connor, no Jones. You being a fighter and a fan of the game, what was your take on here in the White House card, and what's your take, 48 hours since that?
I feel like a lot of people kind of knew who was going to be on it before it was like really announced. There was just like speculation of McGregor and John Jones maybe coming back, but sure. It's kind of hard to rely on guys like that. I feel like they want McGregor for his own pay-per-view card. They don't want him mixed in with all these other stars because it takes away from his viewership a little bit because he could get the same amount of views by himself. Same thing with John, I feel like. But I think it's a really good pay-per-view card. That'd be a really good main card of like a regular pay-per-view. But I feel like the issue was there was so much hype and build-up for like the last 6 months about it being so secretive and everything. Like they're all good fights. I think everyone is going to be a good fight and people are going to enjoy it. But it's just the level that was set was so high, and I feel like they just didn't. Like people were probably expecting a UFC 300 card again, which I think the UFC 300 card had a lot more star power and a lot more fights on it than because six fights. It's not going to be a super long night. It's going to be kind of quick.
Yeah.
I hope it's at least earlier if there's only going to be 6 fights.
Yeah, start at like 7 o'clock.
That'd be dope.
Be done by
like 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30.
But I'm not even joking.
The walkouts and everything are going to take a lot longer.
They'll probably like maybe
the transitional periods.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I bet you it's even earlier, guys.
Yeah.
I bet you it starts like at 6, and those first 3 fights go to like 6 to 8, and they stretch out a lot of America stuff. They'll do like a national anthem, a flyover. It'll be like a lot of stuff. I assume like that, stretch that out. And then those last 3 fights, maybe like you said, Sean, Poatan, and Ilya are, 8 to 10, and really probably try to wrap this up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. I just feel like someone who watches everything, watches not even just all the UFC, all of MMA and mid cards and regional stuff and bare knuckle. I watch everything. For this is the opportunity. I use my family as the example. Like my aunt is going to watch this card, and to me, it just doesn't come off like my aunt or uncle going to be impressed with some of the people that are fighting or maybe the fights. It just comes off just comes off light, just comes off underwhelmed. I guess that's the best word. Just comes off underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed what people were expecting. I think there was a lot of expectations and a lot of hype behind it, and I feel like it just didn't
Yeah.
Good fights, big names. But I feel like if this was a regular pay-per-view, I think people would be ecstatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Poets on and
the White House once in a lifetime, I think people expected a little bit more.
Yeah.
I will say, for your aunt or whatever people who aren't UFC fans, and I want your take on this because it's a featherweight fight. For me personally, I do think Lopez and Garcia is going
to open the night. That's a banger. That's a banger to open the night. Lopez and Garcia. That's going to be a good fight.
I agree. Dave is not sold.
Yeah, that's going to get you involved right away. Opening up with that.
Yeah, it's a good fight. It is, and I forgot to show this, Francis. By the way, so we were pretty high on you. We always are, but we're pretty high on you. And right before the Tuesday before Mexico City, we're like, hey, we got to do a parlay. But I didn't know if you knew this, and I don't know if you care. Did you know that you were an absolutely massive betting favorite, like one of the biggest on the card?
I found out after the fight. Like I figured I'd be like minus 300, maybe 400. I found out.
No, you were like 650, brother. Yeah, 650, the biggest favorite on the card. So like, it's hard just to bet $650 to win 100 on you. Yeah. So we had to do parlays, but we had the Francis Marshall as the anchor of the parlay. So we won a lot of people money. We were getting screenshots. So
good.
I just want to let you know. Yeah, my girls ate well that weekend. I got 2 twin girls, and they ate well. I told Elle, I was like, we put a pretty penny on Francis. So we like you beforehand. We like you even more now, you know?
Thank you.
Man. Francis, you can drop your Venmo in the comment section and tell people.
10% for everybody who won. Everyone qualifies. Take my 10%.
10% tax. I love it. No,
I can't be getting involved in the gambling.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we
don't do that. Don't
do that. Any news or any opportunities? Is there something you would want to do short term, or do you want to be like, hey, I want to fight midsummer? What's kind of next for you? What's the next Francis Marshall fight looking like?
I know they're coming to New Jersey in May, so that would be kind of cool. I go back to Florida this week, so when I get back, that'll be like a perfect 8-week camp for me if I could do that. But if not, really anytime May or after, just got a couple little things to heal up, nothing too serious, and just get right back into training next week.
Santos again in May? Are we fighting Santos?
I think that's going to be saved for a top 10 fight.
Okay, all right. I like
that. We're both in the rankings. I think we can get maybe headline a card, get a nice rematch.
Let's go.
I like that.
Is there somebody you do want next, or the names?
Nothing super specific. I think Calvin Kattar would be a good fight. He's kind of big name that I could add to the resume. I think would be
especially in Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey versus Boston. He's fought a lot of really tough guys. He fought guys at the highest level like Max Holloway and stuff. So I think he has a ton of experience, good striking. He's obviously going to have some good grappling defense and stuff, fought Aljo. So I think it'd be a really good fight to test more of my skills and show the world that I'm here.
All right. We'll cut that up. We'll make that into a video. That was nice. That was good, Francis. You're like A+ everywhere, brother. You know what I mean? No holes in the game.
It's hard, man.
It's hard. Dude, you're the man, dude. Well, happy belated birthday. You're the best. You know, you got a lot of love here with Fight Bananas, and we always appreciate you and appreciate your time, brother.
No, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Right, thanks, Francis.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. Francis Marshall, guys, 9-3, 27 years young now. There we go. What a stud. I like that kid.
He's the best. Francis is a great dude. He and Grant have been training together like every day for a while now.
And, and I said it's record once, and, I just have to. It's kind of part of the thing, part of the intro usually. He's 9-3. Even that's, 9-3, but that's life. That's fine. That man should be 11-1. Like, he is so close to being 11-1. Am I wrong? Like, I know it sounds bad. If I said, hey, Francis 11-1, he's probably 15th or 18th in the world. Oh, yeah. That was one of the most.
Scott said, I thought Francis beat Santos clearly. Everybody except
2 judges.
The judges thought Francis beat Santos.
One had a 30-27, remember, for Francis.
That was a bonkers decision. Like, I agree. He definitely got screwed there.
Oh my God. This is one of the greatest homemade iced coffees I've ever had in my life. It is delicious.
Oh, get it over there. No wonder Dave's been chugging sugar and coffee for the last.
Oh, dude, I feel good. All right. Can I keep yelling about the White House card, or are we done? Yeah, they did say that, Sean. You're right.
Yes. He does. And dude, Francis has a super high ceiling. I think people don't realize how young he is too.
I know.
Like 27 is super young in this game. He's not peaking for like another 3 to 5 years. So
Very true. Very true.
yeah, he's got a lot of growth. I'm excited to see him.
Likewise. I like that call out. We'll definitely cut that up. Calvin Cater it's a pay-per-view too, by the way, not a pay-per-view, but it's a numbered event. So that might be cool. Guys, we're around 29 minutes and 40 seconds away from Drew Dober joining the show. Excited for that. All right. So we did talk White House. Are we kind of done with that? Like, is there anything else you want to pick apart on that or?
This is kind of a fun little, someone who cares is like, maybe we should talk about who should have been on the card. Brought up Sean Strickland. So to be honest, when I was first thinking about this card, I was like, Strickland's personality belongs on the card, but he's not always the most exciting fighter for me to watch. His last fight, though, I think that would have been a great fight to be on like a preliminary White House card. I would like them to have a bigger card. That's what I think. Like, I am treating it as a prelim main card personally, but I would prefer not to. I would prefer if there were 10 fights. I 100% think Colby and Bo Nickel should have been on this. My assumption is Colby Covington was the problem here because he's been saying that he wanted to fight Bo on every RAF show, and Bo's been like, yep, okay. And yeah.
Colby's been talking for 3 years, Al.
Dude.
Nothing ever comes out. This is hilarious.
How? I used to get Drew Dober confused with Grant Dawson. Now, Chris Duncan and Grant Dawson, I understand. Yeah. Everybody does that. I have literally seen the back of Chris Duncan in the gym and been like, oh, that's Grant. And then be like, nope, that's not my husband. So, yeah, Dober, though, I don't know. I don't know if I would mix them up. But that's hilarious.
Sean, thank you so much for bringing this up because I did want to talk about this for a quick second, and I'm kind of all right. So people that understand betting, I think will get this better, and if you don't, it might kind of go over some people's heads. So when Drew Dober was a massive betting underdog during the week, early in the week, and then when the fight went off, he was a good size betting favorite, right? So there was a major switch, and people were like worried. They get worried about it. I don't think people understand how betting works. One, Las Vegas or the betting markets, they create odds of what they think is going to happen. And they want what they are trying to do, guys. They want 50% of the world to bet on Ilya Taporia, and they want 50% of the world to bet on Justin Gaethje. They want it literally perfectly even because every market you get 10%. They call it the VIG. They get 10%, 8%, 12% of the VIG. So if they break even, if everyone just bets 50%, imagine 10%. 12% on $10 million. That's how they do it. Like, they don't want one side 90%. If they win, they do. But that's how they do it. So in a football game or a basketball game where so many more just middle-class Americans bet on, it's harder for these numbers to shift crazy. Guys, MMA is still very niche-y, and I love it. Elle loves it. But if you go to your church or your local bank or you go to the school and you ask them, hey, how was the baseball game last night, basketball game, or how was the fights on Saturday? You're going to have more dads there at the school to be like, oh, yeah, the football game was great. The basketball, yeah, I'm not a big fight guy. Even men, like I'm just being brutally honest, right?
No, it's a newer audience for sure.
Right. So if one bettor or if a group of bettors go, hey, dude, Drew Dober's an underdog, that guy knocks out everyone. Like, we're going to bet, let's just say 500,000 on him. Which I know sounds like a lot of money. In a football game, it's really not. You have probably 1,000 bets of $500,000 or more on some big football games. So if one bet comes in at 500,000, the whole market shifts because there's just not $10 million on the fight like there will be in a sporting event, a different sporting event. So I hope clears it out or hope someone takes a little bit from it. But I think we're overreacting to two bad scenarios when we see betting odds shift like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think they just flubbed this a little bit because Drew's been out a little bit. He hasn't been as active over the last couple of years. And Michael Johnson's been super active. And to be honest, has looked pretty good lately. And so I feel like it's they just forgot. Vegas, the odds makers just they flubbed this one by opening with Dober as such a big dog. They just flubbed it a little bit, and they had to catch themselves, you know. But I definitely feel like Drew. This should have been a close line opening.
Yeah,
and that's how I would have opened it if I were in charge of making the odds.
Sure. And then let's go into the main event for a second, and let's talk about betting wise, right? So Tuesday of this show last week, we talked about the main event. We were previewing the main event, Max and Charles. And I think most of everyone, right? I was like, dude, I love Max Holloway, one of the greatest fighters ever. He beat him so easily the first time. I love Max in this spot. Max is just the man. L as my living witness. I called L around 6:30 p.m. I'm like, hey, by the way, just want to let you know, Charles Oliveira is going to win the main event. Like, I'm telling you, he's winning. And I was like, really? I'm like,
Dave sent me a 3-minute voice note is what he did.
Yeah.
I do way less on it.
Yeah, that voice memos. But my point was, where I'm getting at is stuff changes. It even changed for me, and people might ask why. And I said to Elle, I just think all week long, seeing them and hearing them, Charles Oliveira was so locked into this fight. This is all he cared about. He wanted to win the main event and get revenge against Max Holloway. And sometimes that is like, I don't want to say inspiration because that's like kind of fake.
Oh,
you go. Let's
finish your thought. No, you're good.
Sorry. Like,
but yeah. I also think it's this. Like, the first fight ended in an injury, right?
Yeah.
Like, the first
he
time
was winning though, but it did.
But it was also that's a different Charles Oliveira.
Oh,
a
100%.
very different Charles Oliveira, and I think this was the speculation was, has Max really fought somebody who has grappled the way this version of Charles grapples? Right. And the answer really was no. Yeah. And I think we saw that. And so now I'm kind of interested to see him against different styles of high-level grapplers, because there's way more good grapplers at lightweight than there ever were at featherweight.
Right. And I think, dude, Arman and Charles was such a good fight and was razor close. I know the judges that night had it 29-28. One more judge had it for Arman. Very close fight. I don't know who needs to hear this. And Arman is like out of the rankings now. I don't know if he ever fights again in the UFC. Him and Dana are just not on good terms. It's like Tito Ortiz type of level shit. Arman would whoop Max Holloway. He would whoop him. Like, he would whoop him. I feel so easily saying that. But on the other side, just real quick, and I know you want to say something about Arman. I'm sorry, El.
No, you're good.
I think, and I not think this, I know this, and I hope he gets it now. I think the MMA community has been underrating Charles Oliveira for years. Guys, he had a weird run and kind of reminds us a little bit of Jillian. And I said this so much, and you know how much we love Jillian here. Charles had a funky start of his UFC career. I think he was 5-5 in his first 10. Ever since that, the guy's like 17-2 or 3. And those 2-3 losses, we all know. They're the Islam and they're Ilya. And those are the probably pound for pound 1 and 2. And the other one is Arman via split decision. And that night, one judge had Charles winning, which was a great fight. Like, guys, Charles Oliveira is one of the greatest of all time. He is so good.
No, he is 100%. And I feel like, yes, we've underrated him a little bit, maybe. I almost underrated him a little bit, not because I was underrating him, but I think I was just so high on Max Holloway.
Right.
After the Dustin fight and everything. Like, he's just looked so good knocking out Gaethje, but also Dustin's retirement fight probably should have been Gaethje's retirement fight. So it's like, yeah, it maybe is going to look a little bit different at lightweight for Max. I'm interested to see where he ends up fitting in the top 10 over the next year and a half. I'm interested to see if he becomes the new, almost champion like he was at 45, or if he moves down a little bit, you know? But I was going to say about Arman, I don't think Arman is at risk of losing his job right now. The way Dana was talking about him is not the way he used to talk about Muhammad Mokaev. So like, cause the way he was saying, he's like, obviously, like, we don't really know what to do with him right now, but he wasn't saying it like he was super pissed. He was just kind of like annoyed. But in the way he said it, didn't sound like he wasn't going to fight again. He's like, he's a great fighter, eventually he'll get his title shot. Like, he said things like that. I can't remember his exact words, but he was alluding that Arman is still going to eventually fight for a title. So if it was that bad, I don't think he would have been talking about him like that. I think Arman is just crossed the threshold of famous enough to get away with stuff. Maybe not as much stuff as Conor and John Jones have gotten away with, but he definitely can get away with stuff more easily than Muhammad Mokaev. We'll just say.
And Sean, dude, Sean Sterling for years. He's one of our favorites, if not maybe our favorite person, always in comments and live shows. Sean, shout out to you. I just never understood this kind of concept or thinking. I just don't get it. And I guess my analogy I will use, if whatever job anyone does, whatever your job is, if someone said, hey, we're going to pay you double the money and you just have to do the same amount of work, just do what you keep doing. We're going to give you double the money. Like, wouldn't you just do that? Like, one, it's not like he wasn't doing anything. I thought there was times that he stood with them. I got a couple clean punches. That knee was really nice. It wasn't like it was just all mat wrestling. Like, there was stuff that Charles was doing for sure. But he's like, whoa, Max can't stop me taking him down. Like, this is pretty easy. And he's about to win a main event. He is about to win the BMF championship. He's about to win maybe a future fight with Conor McGregor or a future fight against whoever's next, right? Who's next? An Arman rematch, an Ilya rematch, or Conor? Like, that's who's next for Charles Oliveira. I just never got that concept. You win and keep going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't, but to me, this is why the BMF is dumb. Like, if you're the best fighter, you're the best fighter. Like, I don't care about the BMF. I never have. Now, I'm not going to argue that some of the BMF fights that we have gotten have been amazing fights, but I don't think that the BMF belt being on the line made them better fights. I think Gaethje and Dustin's a great fight regardless. I think Jorge beats the brakes off of Nate Diaz's face, whether there's a BMF belt around or not. Like, I don't think that's what made the fights better, if that makes sense.
Hey, we love anyone that does comments in the show and watch the show. We appreciate you guys. That's a great question, Jake. And I don't think I don't want to be an insider. I just don't. I know a lot of things, and Elle, knows some stuff. It's just not our cup of tea. We did it a little bit ago. It's just not our cup of tea. We just don't like it. Hunter Campbell is running the UFC. Like, Hunter Campbell, the day-to-day operations, Hunter Campbell and Mick Mann, like the matchmakers, they're running the show. Dana does some of the bigger stuff, like he's the one that's working with the President Trump to make the White House thing happen, and sponsors and kind of like, stuff that we see, right? Like the stuff, but behind the scenes, same thing. Like Fight Panache, there's always stuff that happens behind the scene that people don't see. Dana's not doing that. He used to. Like, Dana used to do that. In 2026, he is not. Like, he is not. He's got Zuffa boxing. He's got slap fighting. And and also, too, I talked to someone about this. Guys, Dana White used to be negative in money. Then Dana White got successful and he started making money. Now Dana White has like that FU money. Like, Dana White's he can, like, he has grown kids and he makes incredible money. He does smoke a lot of cigars and gamble and now opens up sports cards and stuff and goes on trips. Like, he does that more than ever because he's deserved it. He is an older dude. He's not 38. Like, no. Dana White's got years. He's got.
Well, and I would imagine Hunter Campbell is the guy that will take over.
Yeah.
When Dana decides he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And so the smart thing to do is to make that transition slow year by year. So I would imagine every year Hunter is taking on more and more responsibility within the UFC.
Nope, totally agree. He could have made triple the money, though, if he stood and banged. Sean, people have stood and banged with Max Holloway before and it didn't go well for him. Like, honest, and I know Ilya's the one. Like and Ilya's done that to Charles too. So I don't, guys, Ilya could just be the guy. And I think he's going to do that to Gaethje for sure. However, he could have lost. Like, if something is working, and also it happened early too, like maybe he was going to stand and bang, but they got kind of tangled up. And then he did that Sambo kind of a slam, like the trick slam. He's like, oh, that was easy. That worked out really well. And the rest was history.
Why would I put myself in a
Yeah.
position that's 50-50 when I can put us easily in a position that's 100-0?
Right.
I would never do that in any of my fights. I would be very upset if Grant did that in any of his fights.
And it's not like Charles Oliveira didn't say, hey, I'm fighting for the BMF championship or I'm retiring. Like he didn't ask for it. It just kind of came a part of a rematch with Max. And then the UFC put it together it's all about marketing. Because the fight does sound a little bit bigger because there is a title on the line and, looks good in posters. I think it's a little bit bigger. And maybe you disagree with that, but I do think there's a little bit more juice on the BMF on the line. But Charles didn't ask to be the BMF champion. He wanted the rematch against Max and just came with it.
Yeah. And no, exactly. And this is why another reason why the BMF is not good, because what if there isn't another matchup that like fits the BMF like storyline, but is still a great fight? And I think that's what this fight was. Did it fit the BMF storyline? Probably not, but it was still a great fight and a fight we needed to see and an important fight for the division. So we can't hold it up just to save Max for and it's not fair to Max. If Max truly wants to make a title run at lightweight, they can't just make him sit on a shelf and wait for there to be a BMF level matchup. Like the man wants to fight the best guys, and he has through his entire career. So it's like, it's just silly. I'm fine if it goes away.
Me too. And I've said this, and I think we've been maybe on the same page on this, El. I would love if you win the BMF champion, that's cool. You win it, but like there's no lineage. Like it ends with Charles, and then it's like, oh guys, by the way, Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia is a bad MRFer fight, and it just puts a little bit more juice on this card. That becomes a BMF fight. Like just once a year, Drew Dober versus Chris Duncan becomes a BMF fight. Like
so the BMF title is basically the PFL tournament. You just get to keep it for the year. It's dumb.
It should go away. It should go away. It should go away.
It should go away. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I care about undisputed titles and weight classes moving along. Like that's just.
Ooh.
No, I agree. With Duke. Duke is talking about UFC didn't book Movsar versus Max or Yair because they know Movsar would maul them. I think there's a reason they kept Movsar away from a lot of guys. He's not the UFC's favorite child. They only fight to make now is Oliveira versus BSD.
I disagree with that. I think Charles is above that. Right?
Where's BSD now?
Shaw got it. I think Charles's next fight has to be a rematch with Arman for the clear number one contendership, or it's some kind of Ilya or Gaethje. Like something happens weird there, or Ilya wants to spin it quick. I don't know. I don't think
BSD's not far off. He's at number 5. He's only 2 below Charles.
I just felt like he just beat Gamrot. Like he just beat someone younger than him behind him. And for him to kind of go back.
Is not younger. Everybody thinks Gamrot's younger than people, but he's not.
Wait. Gamrot's not younger than Charles Oliveira?
I think so.
Look that up right now.
I might be wrong. I don't think he is. He's 35.
Who, Gamrot?
Yeah.
Yeah, how old's Charles?
It might be 35 as well. 36. My bad. You can't. 1 year he beat somebody younger. No.
All right, guys. We'll see everyone next week.
This is a good comment from someone who cares. Get rid of the BMF and add 165, not 160, 165. 165 pound weight class. Make 170, 175. Do that. Give Gilbert Burns another title run.
Stop.
Gilbert
Dude, I
Burns.
think Mike Malott beats him in the main event.
Gilbert
Mike
Burns
Malott.
is the truest 165-pound fighter ever.
Man, remember when Gilbert Burns had Chimaev on the run? That was insane. Long time ago. All right, real quick, guys. Jillian the Savage Robertson, Drew Dober's coming in around 8 minutes. Dude, Fight Bananas' own Jillian Robertson's fighting this weekend. I think it's a 3-fight win streak. Big fight, Amanda Lemos, top 10 fighter. G with a finish could be right there. Maybe one away, like maybe a top 2, top 3 contender fight, something like that. Yeah, I did see it earlier, and I saw someone in the comments. I apologize we didn't do it earlier, but she is a minus 195 bet in favor. That probably will be pushed over minus 200. So what do you think about G being a nice bet in favorite, and what do you think about her as the co-main event of UFC Vegas 114?
Yeah, I mean, hey, on Google, she's still the main event. It still says Lemos versus Robertson, even though Emmett and Vallejos are above them. But, dude, I think G should be a bigger favorite.
Wow, I love that.
Lemos is old.
Real quick, El, I'm sorry. No, we're not selling this shirt. This is like a 1-of-1.
That's a cool shirt. I want one of those.
Yeah, 1-of-1.
That's dope. Can we sell that shirt?
We can.
Yeah, we should make those. Would you buy one, Sean?
We already got sales in the thing.
38. I thought she was 40. She's 38. I feel like Lemos' danger factor is gone. Like the only thing that ever, like this stylistic matchup with G, you got to be a sharpshooter to give Jillian problems. And Lemos isn't a sharpshooter anymore. Like she used to be. But when have we seen that recently? You know, like she out-grappled Yasmin Lucindo.
When was that, by the way?
Huh?
When was that fight, by the way?
2025, March. So like a year ago.
Okay. That's actually, for some reason, I thought that was more in the past. That's actually not bad. So she.
No. But like she beat Mackenzie in 24. It's a close fight from what I remember. I don't know that she's got the same pop. Because she hurt Marina. She put Marina Rodriguez away. Like that was years ago. When was that? 2022. Knocked out that Montserrat Conejo girl. Like I honestly, I thought she had more knockouts than she does. Like I just don't know that she's still got that huge danger factor. No, and with G, man, the levels to her grappling, especially knowing that because Verna submitted Lemos. Was it last year? 2 years ago. Verna has phenomenal grappling, but I put Jillian's jiu-jitsu over Verna's. I probably put Verna's wrestling maybe smidge higher than G's, but G's jiu-jitsu and just overall MMA grappling game, I think is unmatched in that division. And so I can't see her, if G gets her down, I just can't see her giving her any problems. So it's like, yeah. And I think she'll engage in the grappling. I don't think she will fight long and pick at her. I don't think she'll do that. And so, I love it.
Yeah, I love the fight. There's 2 great questions. We'll get those questions real quick. And this is my last thing on G. And I think I'm a perfect combination of, I think I know what I'm talking about. I think I know some technical stuff. I know I can see things and see what's working and that kind of thing. And then I'm also that's 50% of me. And then 50% I'm a fan. And Elle probably thinks I'm so crazy because I talk about this stuff all the time. Like I watch Embedded and be like, there's something I like, they're not like. And there's just, I know it sounds really dumb. I'm super into people and kind of their emotions and where they're at mentally. And I like, we talked this on air afterwards. I know what was going on in G's life, that fight before Tabitha Ricci, and I knew she wasn't in a good spot, right? Like I know she wasn't great. And she even said, I wish I would have pulled out of that fight and stuff like that. I know G's in the 180 of that right now. I know where she's at mentally and what she wants and the run that she's on. And I'm telling you, she's been and we talk about it. Her versus Mackenzie Dern has been this thing that's been floating out there for years. And she knows she's 1, maybe 2 away. But after this, it could just be 1, right? And then that fight is coming up. And she feels good about it. I love stuff like that. So I don't want to say bet your house on it, but bet the car. All right.
Your house on it.
Yeah.
We got to pull up this, not to divert the
There's
conversation,
comments.
but this comment from Duke. Hawani said UFC might be looking to add one more fight, which is what you were talking about. He said if Steven Asplund puts a fun fight and calls out Lewis, that fight would make sense. Duke, I got to tell you, if Derek Lewis is the 7th fight that they add to this card, I will be so disappointed. He looked ancient that last fight out. Like, he's done, man.
It would work perfectly on this card. It would just be a
Derek Lewis of old is gone, man. He's aged. He doesn't have the athleticism that he once had. Like, no, I do not want to see Derek Lewis on the White House card.
Guys,
I would be okay with Josh Hokett. If you're gonna add a heavyweight fight,
no.
If Josh Hokett beats Curtis Blades,
listen.
Wants a quick turnaround.
Guys,
it would be a huge win. But if he beats Curtis Blades, then they could make a big heavyweight fight with Hokett. I'd be okay with that. If you're gonna do a heavyweight fight, make it Hokett.
Hell. One, the UFC knows and they listen, and you can just hear, dude, ever since Saturday night, there's been nothing but backlash of this card, right? There's been nothing. So if the UFC is going to be like, whoa, we kind of missed the mark here, we're going to add a fight, right? If we're going to add something, that means they're adding one singular fight. It gets its own poster. It gets its like own graphic and its own thing. It is a ginormous fight. Guys, it would have been, but if they add a fight, it's going to be even bigger than this. I'm telling you, if they add a fight to this card, it is ginormous. That's all I'm going to say. They can't just add a fight. It is hey, by the way, we got Ian Gary and Islam on the card too. Like, they're adding a ginormous fight. I'm telling you. So there you go. This is a great one. I saw this a while ago, John, and John does these once a week. These hypotheticals, great. I think this actually might be the next matchup. I love this matchup because it's so polar opposites. Guy who likes to,
matchup scares me a little.
For Fluffy, right?
Really like Fluffy. He just got finished.
I know, dude.
I might take Rodriguez in that. Dude, he's just such a unit. And I think what makes his striking amazing, the dude is a legit jiu-jitsu guy. Okay, versus the guy. Yeah, Rodriguez is a legitimate jiu-jitsu world champion, multiple time. And we don't see him use it at all. And I think the thing that it's like what makes Charles Oliveira's striking dangerous. If you're never worried about hitting the mat, why wouldn't you throw as hard as you can? But he's cleaned up so much. He didn't get hit hardly at all against Fajeda this last time, which obviously was a very short fight, but like just the placement of that punch was stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that on repeat because like Bruno looked like he was in a good position to be able to block. Like, to be able to move here, if he needs to. And it literally just wrapped around. I'm like, that shouldn't have been hard enough to put him down, but he touches people, and it's devastating. He's a scary dude. He's also the biggest person I think I've ever seen in person. Like, he's a massive human being.
You know, like they always say, like if the aliens come here and it's like, hey, we're going to test 1v1. And everyone always say, hey, we're going to throw you out, Brock Lesnar, and whoever wins takes over the world. Brock Lesnar's a little old. I think I'm starting to switch to Gregory Rodriguez. For one, this is very, very kind. And two, let's just say there's been phone calls back and forth. He's in Austin, Texas, though, you guys. And dude, I know it sounds corny, but it's my life. My family life is so good right now, man. I got so many things going on. I'm very busy. It's been talked about. I would miss a day or two, and life is too good right now. But maybe one time. I appreciate that. That's very nice to that person whoever said that.
Aw.
Very nice.
Brendan Shaw back on the show. That'd be cool. Thanks for joining. Which fight would you guys like to see the UFC add to the White House? I would like them to unbook Sean O'Malley and Ayman Zahabi and add Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen. That is what I want to see.
How about if Joshua Van retains his championship, and that's an American,
quick turnaround. That'd be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, maybe you might be right.
Yeah, unbook Joshua Van's fight and rebook him versus Kyoji Horiguchi on the White House.
No, so Chimaev and Strickland is headlining another. Guys, I think they're headlining that New Jersey card. That's the rumor.
Who can beat Khamzat Chimaev in the UFC currently? I'm sorry. Nico has asked this question like 4 times. We have to address it. I don't know. To be honest, Strickland might be one of the tougher matchups for him. I think you're probably right, Dave, but at least he's massive. He's got a real difficult style.
Zero.
It depends on his output. His output would have to be so crazy high. So I don't know. I think probably nobody right now, but I kind of want to see Strickland fight him now.
And Duke, this is it. Chimaev and Strickland will headline New Jersey. Call me spoiler alert or call me insider. I don't want that title. May 7th, it's booked. So there you go.
Obviously, this was another fight we would have loved to see on the White House Insider. He said, why didn't Kayla Harrison fight? She has had pretty serious neck surgery. She's had multiple herniated discs for a long time, like that she's treated.
And now, do you remember me saying, I don't think she fights in 2026? I just don't. I think it's very serious.
I hope she's ready like by the end of the year. And that we get to see her this year. But yeah, I think the White House would have been too quick of a turnaround from surgery. What, January?
No. I don't want to be an insider. I'm telling you it's happening. Yeah, it's the May 7th main event. It's Strickland and Chimaev is May 7th.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
cool.
I know.
Oh, you know. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's happening. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Grant versus Hooker, book it. Love it.
Actually, and tell me if I'm not wrong here, El, people change throughout the guys. You guys remember Colby Covington in 2015? He was actually like a normal human being, and then he became this. Dan Hooker used to be so likable. Do you remember Dan Hooker being so likable? Lately on social media, he's wild. Like he hasn't been the same.
I guess I haven't really seen him on social media, but I still like Dan Hooker. But I'm barely on social media these days.
I know. You know who's someone that we do like, El? I think almost everyone loves in mixed martial arts in the UFC. Someone who just got a knockout win at UFC 326. Maybe the BMF of the BMF card. 29-15, 37 years young. Mr. Oh!
No, we lost him.
What an intro, too.
I know.
What an
Let's
intro.
see. Let's give him 1 second to pop back on.
Wow. Push the button perfectly, too.
Oh.
Yeah, Colby who? There you go, Coach Mike. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if he will ever fight again. I really don't.
Too long of an intro. You oversold it. And he left. He took too long.
I'm learning from the UFC about the White House card. Just oversell everything. That's what I do now.
Oversell everything.
That's what I do. I just oversell everything.
Let me message. Make sure he's not.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that. And dude, it's all about the transition. Like I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people in the game that can have a conversation, a free flowing conversation, and then just turn into an intro. I'm a little shocked that Mackenzie Dern wasn't on the card. No female fights on the card, if you think about it. Not at all.
Yeah. We lost you.
The media is a beast. I get your point, Dave. Sell it, baby.
Oh, there you go. He's back.
All right, I already gave the amazing intro.
You guys were like all excited. I feel bad I like missed the audio.
All good. All good.
We said nothing but great things about you. It's pretty easy to see your resume.
That's a lie. I know that's a lie. And then I'm trying to get settled here. I apologize. I've been working down the honey-do list, the post-fight honey-do list. So my wife has me running around like crazy.
Hey, happy wife, happy life, brother. So there you go. You know,
that's what I'm working towards, but that's seemingly an impossible task.
Amen.
What's first on the honey-do list?
Take care of my child. she pretty much hands me my daughter and goes like, now it's your turn.
Every fight she takes and then gives you right back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild, Drew, because like so many people think, they see you 2-3 times a year in the most savage way ever, right? Getting knockouts, you're inside a knockdown, you feel like a superhero. But at the end of the day, on Monday, Tuesday morning, we are men, husbands, dads, and we just go back to life. You know what I mean? It's pretty wild to kind of put that in order sometimes. You know,
It's so funny. Like I was just having the conversation, and I was like, "Yeah, you feel like a superhero on Saturday, and then come Monday, man, you're Clark Kent real fast. Like I'm just a boring ass dad as soon as possible."
Amen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Else?
Well, Dave actually said this to me off air. He was like, I just feel like this was a classic Drew Dober fight. You always have, you have to get hit a couple times to find your range and find your shots, but you're always that guy that's willing to take one and test the chin, and it holds up. And to get that knockout, especially Johnson has had a bit of a resurgence himself lately. You know, at 40 years old, he's been looking really, really good lately.
Dude, so good. And I mean, I just want to say, like, I know what I was getting myself into. Michael Johnson not only hits hard, he's so fast, durable, man. He's putting away like Dustin Poirier. He's beating Edson Barbosa. Like, this guy's a monster. So, like, I knew I was going to get into. And even though I don't like getting hit in the first round, like, it was just going to happen. And I tested my speed against his, and mine didn't match up. So we had to wait to the second.
Yeah, dude, his jab is snappy. It's very. It looked very snappy.
Dude, they came out like whips. Like, even like he threw a leg kick, and it just like it stung immediately. I was like, dude, everything he was throwing at me was like a wet towel. Like, it was just snappy and painful.
I love that. I love that. The one journalistic question, and then after that, we'll have some more fun and just talk about how great you are. Did you hear anything about the whole betting line during the week and then right before the fight? Did the UFC come to you? Because they have canceled a couple fights over the last 6 months, 4 months with that action being wonky. Did you hear any of that, or your team?
Straight answer, like, no, I didn't hear anything about it. Like, none of my coaches, none of the UFC, no one. It was like, as I was leaving to the venue, I opened up my Twitter and I saw like a little tweet about it, and I thought it was just sarcasm because Michael Johnson had his last fights canceled, so I thought somebody was like joking around, like, it's happening again, you know. So I was like, all right, whatever. But then afterwards, everyone started talking to me about it. I was like, oh, apparently that was a real thing.
Yeah. And I super supported you on this. I was just saying that Elliot even said this. It's been a while since your last fight, right? And I just think people forgot how dang great you are. So like during the week, like no one really bets on fights until later in the week. So they had you as an underdog, and everyone's like, wait, Drew Dober's an underdog here? Like me as well. I'll be honest to God, I bet money on you as well. I loved you in that spot. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of the week, you became a favorite. I don't think anything fishy at all. And I think sometimes the MMA media blows that up a little bit too much. I just think people saw you as an underdog and were like, oh, let's buy something for my daughter on the Drew Dober knockout. And that's what happened.
It just took my fans a little while to figure out that, like, oh, Drew's fighting. Okay, we should put our money in real quick.
There you go. And we got to go there because it's in the comment section. But obviously all the memes leading up to fight week, Drew Dober has never lost to a black guy in the UFC. I saw that you were actually getting hate about that somehow.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, for one, it's not accurate at all, and it's an unfortunate statistic that I had a 2023 or 22, I believe, that it was just like, I don't know, that's what started the memes. It was funny at first. Like, Neil Magny was the first one to send me these memes. They like Curtis Blades also, like, they thought it was hilarious. Yeah. But I think the unfunny internet, like these trolls that are not that funny, are overreaching, and they've crossed boundaries, and it's got to a point where like it's disrespectful, and like I don't like my name being a part of like outrageously racist things. Right. So I think this week was like, I mean, I'm fighting Michael Johnson. I wanted to call out Michael Johnson sooner, but with these memes, I'm like, I better keep my mouth shut, you know? And then the fight like it happened, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what's about to happen. And the problem is, what I want to do to Michael Johnson is not going to help my case either. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to say I'm not a huge fan of the racist comments. I'm just going to leave it at that. You can't win on the internet, so they're going to still come out, right? But I think everyone feels how, like, they know what I feel about it, and that's it.
Of
So
course,
true.
of course.
So true. That night you get a big win, and I know it's a whirlwind, and sometimes they try to get the fighters out of there. Did you see the main event or watch it live in the building at all? And there's been a lot of, to me, negative aftermath of it when you have one of the greatest fighters ever, Charles Oliveira, beating another one of the greatest fighters ever, Max Holloway. Should be only praise from that fight, but it did get some lackluster reviews because it was for the BMF championship. Did you watch the fight live? Did you think anything of it? And what did you think of all this negative aftermath after it?
So I didn't see the fight in its like entirety, right? Like during my post-fight shenanigans, I would look up at the prompter and then just I'd see Charles Oliveira's on top. And yeah, I feel like there's two sides. There's one side where it's like, I love Charles Oliveira. He got knocked out against Poirier, and like he's got to go back to what he does great, which is just smothering people and looking for submissions. I understand it. I respect it. It's what he needs to do. But with the BMF title on the line, there was a small amount of expectation of like, man, we just want to see somebody bleed, you know? And so I could see the complaints, but with my love of Charles is like, dude, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
This we'll address this comment from Sean Sterling. Says Drew gonna fight Elle's husband next. I'm pretty sure Drew Dober might be the only.
So I was ready for this comment, and my thing is I'm trying to avoid good-looking grapplers, and so Grant Dawson's off that list. Like he's not only great at wrestling, but he's handsome. So I'm like, dude, I don't want him on top of me because it might get weird.
Well, there you go. All right, we cleaned up that one. We cleaned up that one.
I think we'll just go visit Drew and his wife out in Colorado. We'll just.
That's it. That's it. Then we'll get our cuddle sessions behind closed doors. Don't tell anyone.
It'd be like the Rocky. It'd be like Rocky 2, right? You'll do it, and just only you two know, and that's all you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who knows? Is like the fighting got done, but.
Scott Max says, I remember Drew fighting my former coworker Brandon Gertz in 2009. That's a
dude. We got to dust that one off. I'm so old, man, but that was a good one. I mean, speaking of good-looking wrestlers, that's how Gertz beat me when I was 21 years old.
Is he a Nebraska guy too?
No, in Minnesota. Coincidentally, he now like lives and trains in Colorado, so I see him often. I was like, remember that one time we tried to punch each other in the mouth?
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow, 2009.
I mean, yeah, you had.
What a career.
Dude, you wanna hear how dusty I am? Like my very first fight was 2006. That is 2000. That is what 20 years ago.
So, Drew, in 2006, in your wildest dreams or expectations, did you ever think that you would be fighting, Madison Square Garden and T-Mobile arenas and the White House is here? Like, did you ever think that there would be an entity like the UFC so mainstream and so big? Did you have that envision in 2006?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, since the moment I saw my first fight in the UFC, I was like diligent. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be the greatest ever. And I mean, I didn't like live up to my expectations, but the path has been so much fun, and I'm very grateful where I'm at. And I've loved every moment of it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I saw a question. It's way too high for me to scroll back up and find it again. But somebody was asking, and obviously 2 decades of fighting. You fought in all sorts of arenas all over the world. They asked just like, what was your favorite fight experience or location in 2 full decades?
Dude, it's weird. It's so I love fighting overseas. So like fighting in Brazil was so much fun. And despite the outcome, I love Mexico City. Mexico City was just so much fun. And I loved fighting. It's just like this fight culture in the United States. Our fans need to get a little bit better because when you fight elsewhere, like I'm still dying to fight in England because I just love feeling the energy, whether you like me or not. Canada didn't like me very much. And so that was such a negative response. But I think my favorite fight of all time, I think, would be my fight with Bobby Green. And it was in the Apex, but the Apex just made the way Bobby talks during his fights and shit talking, and like it just made it so much more profound. So that was probably one of my favorite fights. I mean, and this is all disregarding the fact that Saturday was probably my best ever performance ever. So
yeah. Wow, I love that. Hey, we're gonna put something in the atmosphere. We're pretty good at this. We do this. I'm calling a 2027 headline main event show, England, Pimlet versus Drew Dober. Just putting it out there in the universe.
I mean, shoot that to Sean Shelby. Let him know. Like the UFC knows, like, I've been calling for Patty for such a long time. So somebody's saying no. Doesn't, understandably.
I like that. I like that. One more on the White House that happened as well on Saturday. Same kind of thing. You know, a lot of backlash from it, a lot of negative backlash from it. Just what was your 2 cents? And what was you kind of like get a grasp on the card, 6-fight card? Nothing crazy on it, but what's your take on this UFC White House show?
It's goofy. Like, dude, it's a circus show. I don't know. Like the fact that, like, let's be honest, like, the people that are showing up for this fight aren't Drew Dober fans. Like, I'm not fighting for like the black tie suits and, you know, Secret Service. Like, I got the Buffalo Wild Wings crew, and that's who I'm trying to fight for. And man, this entire event is like, why are we fighting at the White House? And who is going to be there? And like, these 6 fights are. Gaethje and Topuria, that is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Michael Chandler got on somehow, which is intriguing, but the rest of it's kind of like, why? You know? So the pro is, I guess, like, it's, you know, the sport is growing enough to where, like, we get this opportunity, and it's going to be good for fighters, the UFC, and the sport and everything else. But, like, the details of the show, I'm like, that's awkward.
Drew, I keep on saying it. It was the UFC's opportunity, because I watch every show, and there's MMA fans and UFC fans I watch every week. This was their opportunity to get the aunts and the uncles and new fans and a lot of just common casual people. I think they missed the mark. I really do. I think they missed the mark on some of the matchups and some of the names not being there. I think they whiffed on it. Just really honest, I think they whiffed on it.
But like, let's be honest, what they're doing. Like my grandma was like, "Oh, like they're doing a UFC at the White House." I'm like, that's the people they're pulling in. The people that like have nothing to do with a UFC and more to do with like the politics news thing, right? And so I really just like, I don't think the people watching are even going to care who was in the octagon.
That's a good point.
That's fair. Because we were kind of in the same boat, and we were like, well, they needed a bigger fight. They needed bigger fights, but. To be honest, to a regular fan not a regular fan tuning in for the first time, they're probably going to watch Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia try to take each other's heads off as the first fight on the night. So
that's all they're trying to do. It's like, we don't know these people. We don't know what they're coming in with. So all we got to see is just that quality 15 minutes. Like, are they going to bleed or not? Like, that's really, that's the admission into the White House card. Like, are you willing to die? Yep, you're on the White House card.
So this should have been a Drew Dober fight night. I
mean, Michael Chandler and Drew Dober, why it's not on the White House is disrespectful to the United States.
I couldn't have said it any better. We're chopping that up. Drew, is that, and the timing to me makes sense too, right? Like June 14th, that's perfect timing for another Drew Dober return. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, I mean, it could work, but that's also like going on to the side. Like, I don't care about the White House card. Like, it sounds cool. I think it'd be really cool to, you know, I don't know, but like, those aren't the people I'm trying to fight for. I'm trying to fight for like guys like you.
I respect that a lot. Respect that. I love that a lot, man. Anything else?
Just
you got a big honey-do list. You know, I don't want to take a lot of Drew's time. You know?
One more question, because Sean Sterling said Drew's one of the real BMFs of the sport. Absolutely agree. So I'm not crazy about the whole concept of the BMF belt. I think it's fun. I think it's a little gimmicky. But then obviously you have people who complain a little bit about Charles wrestling during the BMF fight. What are your thoughts on the BMF title just as for it staying around? And is that something that you would like to do at some point?
It is very gimmicky, and it's a gimmick that I want to be a part of, you know, like the BMF title is just like attracting all the strikers that are willing to die. And like, that's kind of what I'm at, you know, like I like it. And, but with Charles Oliveira winning the title and the idea that like he could possibly fight like like a Paddy Pimblett against Charles Oliveira, like a heavy grappling match. So I think the gimmick's going to change a little bit because of how, you know, the throne has changed. So we'll see if it even continues to be a thing. But if I have the opportunity to fight for it, yeah, all for it. I mean, that's the title I'm gunning for. Grant Dawson can have the gold. I'll take the BMF.
I like that. And then in Colorado 2027, it's that behind the scenes. Dawson has the lightweight strap. Drew's got the BMF strap, and it's a little 2-minute session. Just both belts on the line.
Yeah, we're gonna play Magic the Gathering to unify the title, and
we love it. Hey, Drew, man, we appreciate you. We are massive fans of you and what you do. A lot of people are. So add us to the list. Appreciate your time. Hey, take care of the family. Back to the honeydew list. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys.
Awesome, man. Drew Dober, living legend right there. Thank you so much. All right. What a show.
Love it. Dude, he's the best. Love Drew.
Look at you pushing the buttons out. Thank you so much, El.
You were struggling earlier, so I just thought
I was. And I even had like the intro for Francis too. Young. Dude, it was his birthday yesterday. Did you wish him happy birthday?
I had no idea it was his birthday. I feel so bad. I'm sure Grant did, but Grant didn't tell me. I'm not on social media. I only know the birthdays that are in my calendar.
You own a part of a media company.
I'm sorry. Sean Sterling hit the nail on the head. The realest fans at the White House card are going to be Zuckerberg and Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
They're the only guys that are real fans that are big enough to get in.
I don't know, man. Dave's getting old now. Thank you. I'm not getting old. I am old for sure. I've done a 180 on this White House card. I loved it when they first came back of it. I loved it. I just think it's good for the sport. And if it's good for the sport, I support it. I'm behind it. I think guys, there's not a baseball game being played there. They could have done a baseball game like America's pastime. They are doing MMA. They're having a UFC fight. I think it's great. I don't care about the politics of it. I think it's great for the sport of MMA. So I was super happy. But ever since everything that's come out in the fight, I'm just like, you and I were literally talking about going to this thing, and now it's like, I don't know. Like it just seems that. Yeah, let's talk about this. Probably last thing.
I had no idea that's who he was fighting. That's so random.
There's not a lot of heavyweight free agents, El.
Yeah.
So, guys, Francis Ngannou released from the PFL contract, asked for it, got it, and now is the co-main event under the Ronda Rousey.
Carano.
Yeah, Carano. Like, guys, that is going to get a lot of people are going to watch that night on Netflix. A lot. Like
that's the most random matchup. Felipe
Ngannou versus Philip Lins, right?
Felipe Lins. Yeah.
Lins. So
Felipe. Yeah.
Felipe.
He's not American. His name's not Philip. I don't know if he still trains at ATT. He used to.
His video was at ATT.
Oh,
then I guess talking about the fight was there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
Happening. Interesting.
Yeah. We'll talk off air about it, but we got media passes for that night.
Oh, okay.
We could go. LA Intuit Dome.
That's the week before my birthday.
So we could. Do you know what's close to there? Not really, but kind of. Just the last time we went to California, we went to Disneyland. Let's go back. Let's do it.
Oh, I want to go on the Cars roller coaster again.
Yeah, that's fun.
The incredible.
I think we need to do another Disneyland. We went to the Disneyland, didn't we? Like we need to do.
Yeah, they have like 2-3 parks.
Yeah. There's
also Universal Hollywood. I've never been to the Universal Studios in California.
I was like 6 when I went.
Yeah.
That was like the roller coasters were black and white back then.
Yeah.
Elle missed the joke. She missed it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said it. The roller coasters were black and white. That actually is really funny. Sorry.
Thank you.
Your gym is lit. In my defense, shot of God, I'm retired now. I haven't been back in the gym since my fight in December, so that's why I don't really know who's there.
Well, you haven't been back there one time?
I mean, I went back in like twice, I think. I wanted to watch sparring one day, and then I went in like the Monday after my fight just to say hi to people, but I haven't been back. Wow. I've been busy. I'm busy growing tomatoes. But to be honest, I didn't know a lot of the heavyweights when I was there because the gym was so big and I was making a point to be on the opposite end of the gym from all the heavyweights. I ain't trying to get stepped on.
I know, man. Rosenstrike with an overhand right to L. Dawson would not be good.
Death. Immediate death.
Petrino's
getting this done.
Yeah. It could happen.
This is old news, Coach Mike. I retired 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I retired before my fight. How is my knee doing since the surgery? Thank you for asking, Duke. It's actually very good. I mean, I'm like, what, a year and a half post ACL surgery now, I think. That sounds right. I was doing PT every day at first, and now I just do my own PT. Like, I have exercises that I'm supposed to keep doing consistently that I do, a couple times a week now. But yeah, I was in PT the day after my surgery.
All right. Another nugget for the people. And I think we're going to run after that. By the way, guys, Jillian Robertson fights this Saturday. So that means we're going to have a little pop-up show Saturday night to talk to her after she wins. I told you guys Chimaev and Strickland's fight in May 7th in New Jersey. Let me tell you another fight that's going to happen maybe. How about a guy that rhymes with Leary will be on that Netflix MMA card?
What?
Like Leary. You do the math, folks. All right. We're running. Deary, like Deary will fight on that card.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Dude, people know. If you know, you know. Do you feel anything when your knee goes under? Dude, L. Dawson doesn't run, guys.
I don't.
He does not run.
I hate running. But I can run. I can run. I just don't like running. But I can run. If I ran a lot on concrete, I think it would swell up.
That's not the worst clue ever, because maybe someone like Deary.
You said it like Deary. Like Deary.
Deary? How about
you should have said Larry, not Leary.
Like I don't know. He might or might not. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
I know. Dude, no, she's been actually very anti-UFC. Like, very anti. I'm actually surprised, to be honest. Cleary? Like,
That's what it sounded like.
Like Clearly. Thank you. Like Clearly's fighting maybe on the Netflix card. All right, I'm out.
So it's
dude, Francis Marshall was awesome. Drew Dober was great. I got a lot of videos to make. I got timestamps of some of their good stuff. Check out our socials. Fight Banaz officials on IG, Facebook, Fight Banaz. Yes, Sal, you got something to say?
I was just saying, I know we talked about G, but to be honest, this weekend's card is kind of a sleeper for a fight night.
Yeah.
There's some banger fights on this card. So, that's all. I just want to say that.
Sean, thank you. Yeah. Guys, wait.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sean.
A clue for someone that's fighting also on the next Netflix card rhymes with Barry. Maybe like
all right,
Guy Barry.
This storyline is over, Dave.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. Hey, that's why you love us, right? That's why you love us. L. Dawson, Dave Van Auken. Hey, say something inspirational that Jillian. I'm going to cut this up. Hey, you got 20 seconds to pump up Jillian Robertson. She's backstage. She's about to walk out of her fight against Amanda Lemos, a killer who's trying to knock Jillian's head off. What are you saying to Jillian Robertson?
If I acted like Dave, if I can't deliver Dave's enthusiasm genuinely, so I'll just say it like this. G is going to smash Amanda Lemos. Her grappling is too darn good. She's too strong. She's not going to give her any space. It's going to be easy peasy. Ooh. She's going to sleep.
Ooh. I like it. There you go. Guys, you got my clue. It's Guy Fieri. It's Guy Fieri.
That's what I thought. It sounded like you were saying. Mike's right. That's the worst. That's the worst clue you've ever.
Guys, they just announced Guy Fieri versus Mike Perry. All right, we're out of here, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see everyone next Tuesday or actually Saturday night to talk with Jillian Robertson after she wins. You guys are the best. Sub the channel.